Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for part 3 of the Q&A, so let's go ahead and knock this out. All right, first question. Hey Jason, are you going to remake the Ice Cream Fitness Novice program? I just watched your 5 years later video on it. Actually, that video is more than 5 years old. That was one of the first videos I ever made for my first channel. All right, that video is actually, I believe, 7 years old. I think I made it in 2012. It's 2019 now. It's actually like 6.5. I think it was summertime. So 6.5 years old. Am I going to remake it? No, I don't know that I need to remake that program. I don't need to remake a video that's made thousands of dollars. All right, the video's fine. Would I consider making yet another novice program later? Yeah, maybe. I might refine something a little different. But in all honesty, my template's fine. Starting strength with a little bit of extra stuff added in is fine. Strong lifts with a little extra stuff added in is fine. These are all proven effective novice programs. Do we really need more first-year programs for people to build their base? I don't think that we do. I think if anything, I need to make intermediate programs, right? I need to make intermediate programs. I need to make programs for people who already squat 300 plus, already bench over 200 for reps, who've gained their first 10, 15 pounds of muscle, right? Put on 15 pounds of solid muscle already. I should probably make programs for intermediates who are still striving to reach those other goals, right? That 200, 300, 400, 500 goal, right? That's what I need to be making programs for, if anything. So if I do another program video, unless it's something for New Year's resolutioners, it would probably be something along those lines, a good intermediate type program. Would probably be the direction I go in. Or people can watch some of the stuff I do over time for more advanced lifters and get ideas. But you know, more advanced lifters probably shouldn't be running cookie cutter templates anyways. They can get ideas from me, but they probably don't want to replicate exactly what I do week in, week out, right? Advanced lifters have different needs, so I don't know if I need to release advanced programs. So no, I'd lean in the direction of more intermediate stuff, because I only have one true legitimate intermediate program out there. And again, not everyone wants to run a linear periodization program. All right, next question. Hey Jason, I'm getting kind of anxious over having gained too much weight since started my bulk in July. Probably gained around 18 pounds. Even though I'm tracking everything, I think I'm increasing my calories just too quickly. If I can see the scale stall for a few days, stupid I know. My plan was to continue making gains for most of 2019 and finally get to that 225 for 5x5 bench press. I think I'm sitting around 18 to 20% body fat at the moment. Can you say some calming words to my neurotic, anxious self and tell me that it's fine and I can just recomp and maybe do some mini cuts? Thanks, Jason. So you let yourself get up to 20% body fat while still chasing the novice numbers. Probably not good. You know what though? You need to finish out making your gains. So here's what I'm going to say. Slow your bulk down. Slow your bulk down. You may not be able to recomp much at this point while still making gains, but you could probably make a little bit more lean gains, right? Go ahead and finish it out. Reel the calorie surplus in. If you're at a little more body fat, you're going to find it easier to make gains without gaining much weight at this point. So you've already pre-bulked a little bit. Use it to your advantage. So I would say use it to your advantage. Slow it down. Only gained a pound a month. But at this point, you know, you're reaching for that progress. You're young. You're healthy still. Being 20% body fat's not the end of the world, assuming you want to continue to make gains for now. A lot of people would say, no, man, you need to go ahead and cut. And what I would tell a lot of guys, you need to have your base built before you cut. In all honesty, unless you have a pressing immediate reason, such as you just broke up with your girl, you're single, out trying to chase pussy or something, or you're obviously not going to be a competitive athlete, because I don't catch anything in here that says you compete in anything. So you don't have a weight class to make or anything. So unless you've had something to the effect of you all of a sudden need to look better because you're out chasing new girls or something like that, go ahead and finish building your base out. Just slow it down, reel the calories back in. You've already pre-bulked. It's going to be okay, brother. So cut it down. Just don't let yourself drift back over 20%. You think you're in the 18 to 20% range. Stop gaining fat. Slow bulk for just a little while you finish out those gains. Finish out all those novice gains so that you're well into an intermediate program. Then do yourself a nice little cut, right? Do yourself a nice little cut, get yourself down to a little healthier of a body fat, and then ease into a proper intermediate style program. It's all going to be good, brother. It's all going to be good. All right, next question. Hey, Jason, I think that the evidence-based community focuses more on details than on the big picture of things. For example, muscle activation, ultra complicated biology things, and they don't promote basic things like getting stronger or a basic and efficient diet. By the way, I'm pro-science. What's your take on this? Oh man, don't get me started on that. You know, some of these guys actually do the big picture really well. A lot of them actually do. I feel like the way that a lot of them discuss it, that they argue and discuss points of nuance, because for them it is a form of academic debate, right? It's a form of academic debate, not necessarily a practical discussion. The problem you have is that large numbers of people who come to this community seeking information are seeking practical information, and they don't understand that the debate is just an academic debate, right? They're arguing minor points of nuance, such as, you know, can you bulk on a higher fat diet? Can you bulk on a ketogenic diet? Right? That's not a practical discussion. Let's be realistic here. That's not a practical discussion. Is it possible? Yes. Could you make nearly maximum gains doing it if you were very, very, very careful and perfect in your diet and your training programming? Yes, you could. It's going to be harder, and there's no reason to do it. But from an academic argument perspective, it's an interesting discussion. But is such a discussion practical for the average person listening? Probably not. Probably not. And I think a lot of them do fail to promote the concept that, hey, you need to get stronger, you know, because then they'll argue, oh, no, all these people are just going to cheat away. No, that means stronger as we define strength, not necessarily stronger as in just more weight moved on the bar, right? Stronger as in strength being the production of force against an external object. That means big, heavy movements through an effective range of motion with a focus on progression, right? But instead they want to argue about adduction of the chest on a cable fly, right? The angle of the alignment when you do in your latissimus dorsi of the muscle fibers as they run in direction of your line of pull with a cable, right? All this silly bullshit. Interesting biomechanics, but it's not useful for the average person who is trying to achieve maximum jactitude, right? It's completely useless, completely useless. And you notice that the guys who focus on that stuff the most and try to apply it instead of leaving it to the debate are tiny as weak as shit. Sebastian Sonny, Ian McCarthy, right? The guys who try to apply that stuff instead of realizing that's an academic debate has no application in the real world for people actually trying to get jacked. But it's interesting academic debate. Just don't try to apply it and understand that a lot of the evidence-based guys are discussing sometimes finer points of refinement for people seeking that last 0.5% advantage somewhere in a competitive circle who already have the bases covered. As long as you understand that, it can be interesting, but if you're trying to just get results and you don't care about academic debate, a lot of that stuff needs to be ignored, and you need to understand it for what it is. All right, next question, and the last question of the week. What does a pull-up have over a lat pull-down? Seems to me like identical range of motion. That's because you don't really understand training. And let's be honest here. If you think that a situation to where you pull a cable with your body stationary uses the same muscles just because the joints are used the same as an exercise in which your body moves through space with a weight attached to you, you don't have a good grasp of how the body works. The fact that you're moving your body creates an entirely new dynamic. You incorporate so many additional muscles as a result of having to do that, that you get secondary stimulation all through your body. Also, because of the fact that you have to brace a lot of muscles in certain ways. It's not just about what your two joints are doing, right? Your elbow and your shoulder joint. It's also about the ability to have a certain strength curve, like the stretch you get at the bottom. It's about the fact that all those other secondary muscles that are forced to contract as you're moving your whole body increases things like neuromuscular efficiency with radiant effect and things like that, right? Any exercise in which you're forced to brace your core tight or to grip a bar tighter, anything like that can increase neuromuscular efficiency, which in turn yields greater muscle fiber recruitment. Right? It's the whole concept behind why you wear a belt and can lift more weight with a belt. Similar concept, isn't it? So they're really an enormous difference between the two. It's an enormous difference. It's not just what those two joints are doing. There's more involved once your body starts moving through space. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.